solution at the end of the day. These two gentlemen who we want to speak to this afternoon are behind an interesting innovation that will actually get you sitting at the edge of your seat. So buckle up and let's get into that interesting conversation. As you have already been introduced, let's kick off the interview with Githinji. Perhaps you did launch this particular initiative today. Tell us a little bit more about it and why Kenya?
Well, we are a country that has got a lot of challenges technologically, and luckily enough, our company has got its headquarters in Kenya, and that was the basis for us launching. Just to explain a little bit, this technology that's being used worldwide,
Yeah.
the first country being South Africa, and now in Kenya, and this is a distributorship that has been signed between Velocity UK and us, and this becomes the first step as you go to East and Central Africa.
Good stuff. Maybe tell us a little bit more about this partnership with Velocity partnering with EA.
Yeah, the inquiry came about probably about 18 months ago, and we received an inquiry from AEA. That prompted me to visit here as part of the feasibility study to see whether or not it was right for this country. We went and met many authorities together.
Yeah.
And during that period, we realised there's a lot of synergy between our two companies. And yeah, 18 months has taken probably to get to this point.
Analysts are indicating that you guys are likely to strike big money. If you look at the budget for 2014, the government actually spent about 93 billion shillings in road maintenance. And of course, the budget for 2015-2016 also saw a serious increment around that. Perhaps, are you working with the government in this particular initiative? How is the model structured?
Well, just to explain a little bit, we have a model that spans around 3 areas. One with the government, there's the national government, the devolved government, and the institutions that are maintaining roads.
Yeah.
And this model is built around having a business where they can lease the equipment from us, they can buy the equipment from us, or they can give us a job to do the business. And the whole model will be developed depending on the client needs.
Of course, the parent company being TransCentury, and tell us the agreement in terms of TransCentury is driving a lot of projects within Africa, and of course here back home. So what's the sort of agreement that you do have with TransCentury? Right,
TransCentury is our holding company.
Okay.
And ideally, every company has got its independent board, and it's an independent entity. And the strategy is based on a pre-agreed strategy over a period of time. For example, our strategy is around diversification and regionalization, and bringing innovative ideas into our already power and infrastructure field.
And coming over to you, Gavin, of course it's not always a good thing to ride over potholes. Perhaps I understand this technology can fix a pothole within 2 minutes. Just tell us, how does this work?
I think firstly, there's potholes and there's potholes. And I have to say the potholes in Kenya are exceptional compared to those in the UK. So the 2 minutes thing will vary.
Yeah.
Basically, there's no compaction needed, so you don't need to have a gang visit to dig out the hole.
Yeah.
We just blow air into the hole to clean out any detritus or dust. Then we put in an emulsion which fixes the cracks and the crevices, gives a waterproof seal, and then we build up the repair with an aggregate asphalt mix. You don't need to compact it either, so you can immediately have it open to traffic. So the speed is its biggest selling point here in Nairobi, for certainly. So we've just done some demonstrations this morning, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We probably did about 6, 7 holes.
And this particular technology, I know you do use some bitumen.
Yes.
When it comes to filling in the potholes.
Yes.
Where will you be sourcing for the raw materials?
We're using Colas East Africa here in Nairobi.
Okay.
We work with Colas in other countries around the world, so we have a good relationship with them already. So the technology was easily transferable into here, and they've supported us for the last 18 months as well.
Interesting. Githinji, of course, TransCentury has also not been performing pretty well in the recent financial year. Their share price is trading at about 6 shillings and 55 cents. and they actually have an 8 billion shilling loan that it's actually due by end of the month. How significant will this business be for TransCentury when it comes to turning the company around?
All right. What I can say in terms of our involvement with TransCentury is it's at a shareholder's point, and our company operations is independent as any other subsidiary. These will not affect any of our current businesses, but I want to put it clear that these are business that is a huge money for the company. And as you said previously, a lot of money has been used for road maintenance, and we want a share of it.
Actually, the former Transport Cabinet Secretary, Engineer Michael Kamau, did indicate that in Kenya we don't have a Swahili word for maintenance. Perhaps the reason why we don't see a lot of maintenance of the roads. So if you look at the bigger picture, currently Kenyans are paying the fuel levy, and we've not seen road maintenance being taken seriously. From where you sit, do you have any particular, should I say, projects that you've already brought on board that you'll be executing perhaps in the next few months?
Right. In the next 2 weeks, we're basically doing demonstrations. We've got a demonstration in Nairobi today. We've got another one for the county tomorrow in Eastlands, where potholes are a menace. We've got another one in Kiambu on Akena Road, Tatu City, another one in Mombasa, Nakuru, and Kisumu. And ideally, we want to see the performance of the equipment in each of the regions. We've got quite a number of clients who have been waiting for us to launch the technology to start negotiations. But until after 2 weeks are done, we are not having any negotiations about starting the business, but we expect to start immediately after.
So are there some governors you're perhaps in talks with?
Yes, many. Yeah.
Any ones that have shown some commitment to some extent?
I can't put names on the table, but yeah, as we do our demos, people have requested us to do demos. And yeah, anyone who's got an urban area and who is facing the challenge of potholes. You know, it's a public menace in the country, and anyone would have
it's even
the best of interest to see it.
It's taking a toll on motorists. At the end of the day, you have to pay more for maintaining your car, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe, Gavin, to bring you in on this conversation, tell us about some of the other countries you've been able to deliver successful projects that are of this magnitude for the doubting Thomases.
Yeah, no, as Nicholas alluded to, we have a distributor in South Africa. Last few months we've had a machine starting to work in Zambia, and we're looking at Nigeria, machine heading there soon. So we see Africa as a big place for us. You're absolutely right, your point about maintenance is key. Yes, we can eliminate the potholes, but in such a way that it frees up cash for the more important aspects of sorting out the drainage, which is the cause of the potholes in the first place. So we can eradicate the potholes and also alleviate the other bits as well. But we do that in Africa, North America, South America, and the Middle East as well, so a broad spectrum.
But it seems that this kind of business is sort of not sustainable in the bigger picture, in the long term, really, because once we've fixed all the potholes, what happens?
Well, in the UK, we operate a fleet of 18 machines for the UK market alone. And those 18 machines keep working every year, so you never catch up.
Interesting. Interesting.
It'd be nice.
Perhaps, what are some of the revenue targets that you might be having, Githinji?
Right. As we speak right now, I can talk about revenue targets in 3 lines. One from equipment lease, another one from equipment sales, and another one from actual contracting of the jobs. As we start, we probably expect to have 3 to 4 machines in the country by the end of the year. And we expect to have an operating machine, at least 2 machines operating in a lease capacity. This would ideally inject a few millions, a few hundreds of millions.
Not billions.
Yeah.
I just want to...
This grows better as the years grow. Remember, maintenance, about 25% of the maintenance money goes to potholes. That means for a country that is using 90 billion in terms of maintenance, you've got 20, 30 billion that is being used to just do potholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And gentlemen, as we wrap up this conversation, do you have any closing thoughts on what should you expect moving forward? Because of course we know you are into road maintenance. Are there other areas perhaps you will be considering as you move along?
Yeah. Maybe to start very quickly.
Yeah.
We as a company started axle loads control long time ago, and this is the first step of maintenance. This technology, among others, will build on this base, and as I said, one of our strategies is diversification and innovative diversification. So as long as we see business sense in whatever we do, we'll be moving ahead. Just to put it very clear for the authorities, for the counties, devolved governments, for residents associations, gated communities, this will be a key mover. It will be a game changer in terms of maintaining roads.
Awesome. Gavin?
Yeah, just very quickly, I mean, I think it's about 20% of the road network in Kenya is tarmac. The remainder is non-tarmac roads. And certainly we want to get this off the ground first, but we are looking at other products which we can use on the other 80% as well to protect them and give them some good serviceability as well. That may be for 217.
Fantastic place to end the conversation.
Thank you.
Of course, a lot of questions would be asked, but we did run out of time. It's a question of, will this new technology be embraced at the end of the day? Because that will be the backbone of whether it will succeed or not. Of course, a lot of optimism coming through from the two gentlemen we've been speaking there to, Nicholas Kithinji, the CEO of Avery East Africa, as well as Gavin Blogg, the country manager for Velocity UK, sounding quite positive that all seems to be looking up. We want to take a quick commercial break. When Joy Doreen Bira comes back, she'll be telling us a little bit more about what's happening on the tech space. Of course, today being World Internet Day. For that, my name is Abia Gina. We'll see you some other time.